The NFL schedules for 2025 have been released. We'll talk about the Titans, the Falcons, the funniest schedule release videos, and maybe our favorite weeks of the NFL season. That's all next here on Chat It Up Sports. What's up? I am Greg Larner. This is, again, Chat It Up Sports. You can follow us all over social media at Chat It Up Sports, wherever you get your podcasts as well. Find us there, YouTube, subscribe, like, follow, all the great things. We love and appreciate you for that. To my right is the man, the myth, the legend. He is the biggest Matt Ryan stan I have ever met. One of the coldest dudes. Actually, right now, one of the hottest dudes I can imagine sitting in this studio, burning up for whatever, I don't know what reason, but wearing jeans, overalls.
Yeah, man.
It looks like you got a shirt under this.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, dog? How are you not sweating?
I mean,
sweating.
It's just natural.
Stay fresh, bro.
Stay fresh. No, we had a meeting today, and it was based off of like your time that you were born. So some people were born in the 70s, so they dress like they were from the 70s, 80s. And then there's no 2000s babies in this meeting. So it was 90s. So this is like my rendition of the 90s.
I like it. You should have had a Michael Vick jersey on then.
I have a Mike Vick jersey, but it is in the rafters. So it's good to see you, man.
After quick intro, I do have a start bench cut for you.
Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
This is Mickey Malcolm Harris. And then to his right, the Sandal Man. The man, you just look like you're ready for vacation right now,
yeah.
Chase. CG, Chase Green.
We had a tough day as daddy daycare, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna bring the energy. We were a little low. We took some L's today. We had to wash a couple chairs from a couple blowouts, so it's we're back. We're back.
Like bottom blowouts.
Bottom blowouts.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Yikes.
we're getting this figured out. So I was like, you know what, I need some energy. I had a good shirt in here, so let's bring out the fun shirt. Pop out the chest hair.
Yeah, get a little hamburger meat.
It's feel good.
You need like a gold chain.
Yeah, dude. I could rip off like one of those like Jewish gold chains right
now.
I will say that it does feel like we're on vacation, sweating it out in here.
It sure does. Yeah. I was looking. I was at hardware store the other day or something. Maybe it was Walmart, and I saw one of those like oscillating like just like air cooling fan things.
I think that they're Nesper.
Yeah.
We must get this before the big months come.
Before June, boy, we're done.
Bro,
we're finished.
We're gonna be sauteing in here.
Yeah. We'll be
I'd
sure.
like to be in an Airstream. Just saying. Anyways, all right, you got a start bench cut for us?
Yeah, this actually came from Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho.
Okay.
This is really tough because they're friends with all these people.
Okay.
So it was start bench cut. Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton in their prime.
That's easy.
Go ahead.
I'm starting Lamar, I'm benching Cam, and I'm cutting Vic.
I think me and G are going to have to agree on this one.
I'm sorry to say it because Vic wasn't as good as the other two in their primes.
But I will say we never truly saw a prime Michael Vick. The time Mike Vick went to jail whenever he was entering his prime. Like that 3-year window or 2-year window, really 3 seasons, like that was really, really major. Like he was stepping into it, but like Mike didn't take football serious at all. He was just gifted.
He's fooling around.
Lamar takes football serious, and Cam was absolutely the most gifted quarterback ever.
Athletically.
Yeah, just awesome. What about you?
I'm actually going to switch. I think I'm benching Cam. I'm starting Lamar.
Yeah.
I'm benching.
You're benching Cam?
I'm not benching Cam. I'm cutting Cam. Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say, that's what I said.
I'm benching Vic. I'm cutting Cam.
Why?
I just think the Mike Vick factor weighs a lot in this old memory of mine. There is something about Cam, like it was cool, but then there's just a lot of the similar things I think Vic could do as well. I just like the Mike Vick effect a little bit more than I like the Cam effect sometimes.
Can I raise you a start bench cut or just you choose, like rank them?
Yeah.
It is a Super Bowl on the line, and you guys, 4th and 1. Who is most likely to get a touchdown? Jerome Bettis?
Are we talking like you're 4th and 1 on the goal, like at the 1 yard line?
Yeah,
Okay.
4th and goal at the 1.
Okay, gotcha.
Jerome Bettis at the 2. Let's just say the 2.
Okay.
Jerome Bettis, Mike Allstott, Cam Newton.
Whoa.
Rank them. Again, 4th and
rushing touchdown.
It's the Super Bowl on the line. It's 4th and 2. Mike Allstott, Jerome Bettis, and Cam Newton.
I'm going to say Cam, Jerome, Allstott.
Okay.
Just because I think Cam was so dynamic from the quarterback position that it kind of made it a little bit easier for him to do it. Yeah. Jerome is Jerome, and I understand he had that big fumble. I believe it was his last Super Bowl on the goal line. I know he's always so good. That's just kind of my lasting memory of him, but Jerome was so good. And then Mike Allstott, I mean, love him, but he's not Cam or he's not Jerome Bettis.
I think I'm going to agree with you there. Allstott Bettis is really close, actually. Like that, I watch those highlight videos every once in a while. It's always Mike Allstott with some Nickelback or Creed song. It's just like,
hold on.
Yeah.
Take me home.
Bro, like he had the neck pad and stuff.
Yeah, he did.
He was crazy. No, I'm asking this because Cam on 4th and 1 got asked this question specifically. And he was like, bro, respectfully, but disrespectfully, if anybody else does not pick me, they don't know football.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, just because his agility, like he had to bounce out, he can make that cut inside.
Yeah. And he was like, it was all matchups too. He's like, the guy that's not accounted for is me. Like literally, I have an advantage over
from a true football perspective. Yes.
He's like, hat on the hat. This is what this is. So I thought it was really, really insightful. So shout out to Cam in 4th and 1. That was a good, and shout out to you for bringing that up. By the way.
I saw that this morning. And I was like, that's actually really close because there's a part of me that's like Cam was so special, but Mike was too. And Cam not diving on the football is always going to be a part of my memory. So it's hard to not calculate that in my mind.
That ruined him.
It really did. Yeah. Dude, even if you just fake dive, his perception changes forever.
He'll never admit it, but like.
But then he fell off pretty
hard
after that.
He's mentioned it like, yo, I would have jumped on that football knowing what I know now.
Yeah. And boy, did it just change forever because, I mean, they weren't relevant really after that.
No, it was one and done.
One true season. And it was a special season. And that's what he's known for. He has the greatest individual college football season, what it feels like, as far as carrying a team to one of the best seasons ever. Thank you, Cam Newton, because I draft him as a Mr. Irrelevant that season in our fantasy league.
Wow. He had a really good first year in Carolina.
Y'all want to know a stat? Cam Newton threw for 400 yards in his first 2 games in the NFL and never threw for 400 yards again for the rest of his career.
Wow.
He threw for 4,000 yards his first year and never did it again in the rest of his career, too.
He threw for 400 yards.
Who else did he have besides Steve Smith that first year?
Hold on.
I'm sure he had Olsen.
I got it.
I'm trying to think of off the top of my head real quick.
Yeah, me too. I don't think Kelvin was there
Funches?
Yet.
Kelvin Benjamin?
Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh, he was there? Kelvin Benjamin
I don't know.
There?
I'm throwing names out there.
Okay.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Brandon LaFell.
Bro, he was an issue for a little
Greg
bit.
Olsen.
Yeah.
Greg. Miami legend.
Jeremy Shockey.
Double tight end situation?
Yeah. I mean, Olsen had 540 and 5 tugs, and Shockey had 450 and 4 tugs.
Okay. So
Jeremy Shockey was so cold.
Yeah,
and that was
Olsen
it.
Wasn't there to his peak yet. Okay.
No, Olsen was 26 at the time.
But I guess they had
Shockey was 31.
Their relationship, Cam and Olsen, built up.
Yeah.
So
but
special.
Steve Smith in that year had 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns.
What a dog.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Should be.
Hold, please. Yes, I would say so.
How many 1,000-yard seasons?
He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
in a 16-year career. So half of his seasons were 1,000 yards, and then other ones were like 900, like 980, 800, 800, 700. He's got 81 career touchdowns, led the league in receptions, yardage, and touchdowns in 2005. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, comeback player of the year. I would say so. Lower level Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I really didn't know Steve Smith was like that.
Yeah, he was. He was cold.
Boy could cook.
I watched him a lot of my childhood.
We had
He
a
was
lot
always fun to watch.
of NFC South games.
Jeez.
Dude, every
Jeez.
single week it was Falcons or Panthers.
That's it.
Eventually it became, well, I guess the Saints too when Drew Brees got popular. We did not miss those. We did not miss those NFC South games. Boy, did Fox make sure we were.
Pump them up.
Yeah. There was no alternative games.
Mm-mm.
We never got them. If it was like, you know, when they'd show the graph back in the day, you have to go look like, am I in this
Yeah.
zone? You know?
It was
And
always.
It was always there. And we were just one of the dots right there in Chattanooga to Dayton. We just covered every crappy NFC South game.
I used to hate it. It would be like, all right, our game of the week is Peyton Manning taking on Tom Brady. Except if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, you're going to see the Atlanta Falcons take on the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh my God.
It's like, man, I'm good.
Like, I hate my team. I want to see Brady.
That was the worst part about living in Nashville when we were so bad as a Titans fan base. It was like you'd get those games and it'd be like, man, can't wait for Titans versus Chargers today. In the only 25-mile radius it's going to get this game.
Bruh.
you got a chance to see some decent Charger teams.
Yeah, they were all right. Like
Rivers
don't get me
was
wrong,
cooking a
but
little
the
bit.
Titans weren't good. to
But they
watch.
were, pretty bad.
Yeah, it was tough run there for a while.
Yeah.
But don't forget, we have had 3 number 1 seeds since 2000.
You have.
And you have a number 1 overall pick.
And I think we've had 3 top 2.
Cam Ward. Come on, baby.
We need you, Cam.
Cooking Cam.
We need you.
Well, speaking of the 2025 Titans, should we maybe talk a little bit about their schedule? Because we did have the 2025 schedule releases. Some of the videos came out. We will discuss some of those. We'll talk about some of our favorites and some of the things that we saw in those and whatnot. But let's talk a little bit about the Titans schedule right now. We've got it up on our screen here. And
got it up on our screen on everywhere else.
everywhere for the live, for the people
Yeah,
too?
for the
Sweet.
people.
Thank you, Chase.
You're a dog.
No, Joseph, no problem. We love you, Joseph. And Garrett as well, if y'all are listening and hanging out with us from parts unknown. We appreciate y'all being here. Titans kick things off September 7th at 4:05 against the Denver Broncos. So, Chase, as a Titans fan, take me through this schedule and what intrigues you the most. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? You got a little bit of a late bye, so that's cool. We always like a late bye. What do you think?
That is going to be a tough run early on. I'm not going to lie to you. Me and you were actually talking about it beforehand. This Rams team is going to be nasty, I think. At least they're going to score. They're going to outscore us.
It's not like they acquired a Pro Bowl. What?
Ooh, they did, didn't they?
Oops.
And Sean McVay loves that man. That video, I'm sure you guys have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of him in the film room.
How can you not
yeah.
love Devontae?
How can you
How
not?
can you not love 1-7?
17's
Matt Stafford just
Oh, yeah.
grinning ear to ear.
Yeah.
him and
don't-
Puka. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a
Maybe-
lot of good wide receivers in his time.
Are we looking at a Bo Nix sophomore slump?
yes. Most definitely.
Or do you think this is too good?
Bo Nix played the back half of the season like a top 5 quarterback. Like, honestly, like, it was CJ Stroud's season, his rookie year, but better, statistically speaking. Yes, he got ate up his playoff debut. It was not pretty. Like, I'm telling y'all, Bo Nix, I'm not buying it, bro.
Look, I'll say this about Bo Nix. I completely understand where you're coming from, Mig.
Yeah, man.
But I feel like people have been doubting Bo Nix for a very long time, saying he sucked at Auburn. He's not going to do anything at all. Oregon comes out there, cooks for 2 years, I believe it was 2 years.
Yep.
2 years.
And then, Goes to Denver. He's probably not going to be nothing in the NFL. That old Pac-12, the whole thing, that's fool's gold out there. Bo Nix isn't going to do anything. And he cooked last year. So as much as I want to continue to disbelieve in Bo Nix, I'm going to say that he's not going to have a sophomore slump and that he will have comparable numbers. It may not be as good, but I'll say 3,500 yards, 25 plus touchdowns, and around 15 to 10 interceptions.
Yeah. Man, if KC makes a slide, which is dumb to ever think, that division's a lot better now. It's a lot better. I mean, the Raiders will beat a couple people they're not supposed to, which is why I hate that matchup towards this end of this run. You're like, surely we can just get to the Patriots, look ahead to the Vrabel matchup, like all that stuff. I don't love this schedule. There's not a lot of W's. There's no automatic W's, probably besides you always split with the Jags.
We just don't know what Cam's going to be. That's the hard thing, because it's like, okay, at our most important position, we have a number 1 overall pick, a rookie, with what is probably a leaky / sketchy offensive line. That's not a recipe for success most of the time. And then the wide receivers, old man Tyler Lockett, got to kind of see what that is, how the offense runs under Callahan again.
Yeah. You just have to hope. I mean, there's just so much. Surely we'll be better, but Callahan has a lot to learn after that first year. It really feels like, I mean, you're going to get a couple dubs here, but oof. God, I hate to say it. I probably said it like 3.5, 4. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, dude. Because if I'm looking at it, sorry to be a nega Titan here, I guess. Nega Titan. Broncos L, Rams L. You're probably getting the Colts at home.
Let's call it a win.
Let's call it a win.
Yeah.
Probably getting that Colts win. Texans L. Cardinals early.
Maybe the Cardinals at home?
No, it's away.
Oh, that's
away.
I didn't see the dark ones are away.
It's away, and the Cardinals in the first 6 weeks are always good. So that's an L. Raiders, maybe. That's your if. Patriots, probably not.
Why not the Patriots?
I don't know. I feel like Vrabel is going to be able to just figure out a way to beat us and break our hearts again because he's a better coach. It's just is a coaching mismatch like you wouldn't believe. You're probably taking that L to the Colts away. Chargers at home. Maybe.
Might sneak one.
That's a sneaky win. I'm gonna give that win. So
what do we have?
2 wins? 2 wins right now. Because I'll take one or the other between the Raiders and the Colts, or the Raiders and the Chargers. Bye week, take a W. Put that on the board. Off the bye, Texans at home.
Can you can you find me a win?
I wanted to. I just don't think that's going to happen. Seahawks at home. I think it's a W.
So we're at 3?
We're at 3.
You already said we're going to split with the Jags, so that's 4.
That's 4. Probably losing.
Can you beat Cleveland?
You can't beat Cleveland.
No, Myles Garrett's going to wreck that game.
Yeah. Take a big no December 14th to San Francisco 49ers.
Why? They're not that good.
They got pieces still, bro. Everywhere. They still got pieces.
I just don't see it going out west. Chargers lost. Saints.
Yes, take that as a win at home.
That's a win, man.
They're going to be so bad. They're tanking for Arch.
Buddy, I think this might be the battle for the first pick overall.
If they have 5 wins, they're not getting the first pick.
Well, we won't have 5 wins.
You just said we're going to have 5 wins.
Well, I don't think. I think I'm going to backpedal on it. I think I'm going to backpedal on the Chargers.
4 wins.
So Seahawks, 1 Colts, 1 Jags, and then you guys are saying the Saints.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you can get the Saints.
But if we only have 3, do you take that loss versus the Saints to get the number 1 overall pick?
In a heartbeat. I do not care. Like,
Yeah.
They have to go in the season knowing like, yo, like this is a wash.
Because then if Arch comes out, look, I mean, if Cam is good or Cam's okay, then you can trade the number 1 pick. And you get many assets for that and still probably end up with a high pick.
Yeah.
Because you need assets now if you're the Titans. You need to build if Cam's your guy, if you see from year 1 that Cam is your guy, you have to find a way to try to build around him because the rest of the pieces around him, not great.
For the Saints team, you know what I would do? I would trade Alvin Kamara.
Oh, yeah. They've got to trade Kamara at some point during the season.
You have got to trade Alvin.
If he's not traded by the middle of the season, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. But I would unload him to like a team like the Dallas Cowboys and just be like, hey, here you go.
Didn't they just pick up a running back?
Yeah, but like they need something.
Who did they pick up? They picked up
Miles Sanders.
and then Carolina
somebody else.
Javonte.
Yeah, Juggernaut Javonte. That's right. We were just talking about that.
We were talking about that the other night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the Titans' 2 most important wins. I'm gonna go back to screen sharing this real quick. Our 2 most important wins are actually ones we should take losses on. Here we go. If we win November 23rd versus the Seahawks, or we win on December 28th, those will be the battle for the bottom.
Yeah.
Those are 2 wins you probably shouldn't have, but you want to get because you're going to a new stadium. You need Cam to be at least pretty good where he can beat bad teams. You need that real, real bad.
And then Brian Callahan's getting fired after this season.
Whoa. This is so bad, fellas. This is so bad.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to fire the coach, give somebody else a number 1 overall pick or or top 3 probably. This is ugly. I just don't love this. This sucks. But I also don't want to be like 5 or 6 wins and get a
top 8
pick.
5 through 10.
Yeah.
We don't need a quarterback, but I want to be able to trade my pick.
Exactly. So what you're hoping is that Cam is actually good, but the pieces around him are just not good. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel for Cam. Okay, we believe in him enough to try to build around him. Where if we get the number 1 overall pick, we don't need to take Arch, but we are going to get a shit ton of picks and draft capital in return for Arch Manning.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who's a good example, like who's been like that, who's been really good, but also was on a terrible team.
Trevor Lawrence.
Mike Trout.
Yours is so much better than mine.
I need quarterback.
Trevor has been
Peyton Manning, right? Well, he was on a terrible team. And
He wasn't good.
freshman year or his rookie year.
He
He
broke
sucked
the
this year. Yeah, he
interception
sucked.
record.
But they
Pretty
saw
good.
the light at the end of the tunnel for
I
him.
guess so. Yeah.
They stuck with him. It's a Manning.
Is there anybody that we can think of like
that just like got through it.
was luck?
Bryce Young right now.
I did not see
Jury-
a lot of that. I got to
jury's
watch that
still
man.
out.
I got to see that man in Nissan Stadium, and I did not see a lot into that tunnel talk. Oof.
I'm just trying to think of quarterbacks who have been drafted to their original team that have turned it around and are still there. Like, for example, our Baker Mayfield, right? Like, he would be a great example if he was still in Cleveland.
So we're looking for a guy who was good, but the team sucked.
Matt Stafford, Detroit Lions style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good one.
Matt Stafford was not the reason they were losing football games.
I would say I could argue Aaron Rodgers in his first year starting with the Green Bay Packers. I think they went 6-10, didn't make the playoffs. But you could see, like, hey, this guy is going to be the guy. The team's just not very good around him right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know of anybody that's ever had the two wins, 3 wins. You know, I guess it's probably just not going to happen. Maybe we could figure it out.
Drake May?
Drake May was kind of raw last year, y'all.
That's what I'm saying,
Like,
Paul.
Drake May was not okay. Drake May was solid.
That might be it. That might be a
No
close
cap,
example.
no hat.
Nuts.
No, dog. Yeah, we'll see, boys. There is 3 to 5 wins in there.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your Atlanta Falcons because you're decked out right now. You got the red shoes on. I don't know if people can see that, but
I don't think they can.
You got your Falcons hat, your Matty Ice jersey. You look good. Talk to me a little bit about the schedule. Are we sharing that? Can the people? Sweet.
Well, I think preseason, man, we're going to do a lot of great.
You are playing the Titans in preseason.
Yeah,
that's going to be a big matchup. It's at home.
Just by looking at this initial first 6 weeks, the Atlanta Falcons are in hell. All right, let's just talk about it. Tampa Bay is loaded. I don't know if y'all saw what they did in their draft, but they got, technically on paper, the best receiver to ever come through Ohio State. Emeka is, I'm pretty sure, a member of the
best wide receiver to ever come through Ohio State.
Statistically.
Oh, okay.
On paper. He's not even sniffing.
Talent-wise.
You scared me.
Nah, he's caught many more passes than anybody else.
He's been there for a little while.
Then you got McMillan, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irvin, and Baker, just the puppet master.
Talk about Abe Mayfield?
Yeah, Abe Mayfield. Like Tampa Bay is an issue. Your boy KOC on Sunday night.
That's a good Sunday night football
That's a great Sunday night football game. I think the Panthers, they are doing great. Like, they are doing well.
But your 2 new defensive studs are going to cause that poor young little man havoc over there.
I pray so, but he tore us up at the end of the season. Like, I remember
that team was done.
They were, but this guy Bryce threw 5 touchdowns on us. Like, it was ridiculous.
So that's why Miggy believes in him.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like,
Did they had a wide receiver?
Ted McMillan.
Yep. Dog.
And then I feel like they got somebody else in the offseason to fill the Hunter Renfrow.
Yep. Then you still got Xavier Legette.
Hunter Renfrow is third on the depth chart right now, behind Jimmy Horn Jr.
Watch out, Jimmy Horn.
Speed.
Jalen Coker, David Moore, Xavier Legette, Adam Thielen.
Coker was out there cooking.
I thought Thielen retired.
Nope, he's still there.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Hunter Renfrow.
Washington is going to be a tough game.
No matter what.
Yeah. Buffalo is a tough game. San Francisco's tough. Miami, I think we get.
You got another Sunday night football game?
Yeah.
Woo,
yeah. And a Monday night football game, too.
And a Germany game.
Yeah.
Titans don't have any primetime games this year. We did not talk about that.
Primetime games, and we have no flights across the pond. Nobody wants to watch this team right now.
Dominating in the 1 o'clock window, as you said on Instagram.
Dominating, brother. Watch out, 1 o'clock window. We'll be there.
I am really excited, though, to see Cam.
Me too.
I'm really excited to see Cam.
I think Cam's going to come out here. I think he's going to be able to just sling it to Ridley. I think Ridley will be a really nice fantasy option for a couple people.
Calvin really so good. I don't care what anybody
He was
says.
disappointing last year.
Also, really excited. Maybe too excited. Actually, too excited definitely for where this pick is. But Gunnar Helm.
Yeah.
Gunnar Helm. Cam seems like the guy. He's going to find his boy. And he did get his guy from Miami.
Restrepo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Restrepo could be big, too. I like Restrepo.
We are such a poor team outside of Ridley that you have options to at least try everybody.
For sure.
I think he could. Obviously, he's going to make Restrepo look so much better than any other quarterback, obviously, because they have the combination. I think the kid works hard. I think he works really hard. So him and Cam are going to have a combination. I think Gunnar's going to be a dog. He's already a leader from what it sounds like from all the Texas boys that I've heard.
You still got Chig.
Yeah, we do.
Freak of nature athlete.
A lot of 12 personnel right here. We're running double tight end sets. Cam.
Josh Wiley's still there.
Yeah.
Traylon Burks. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
He is technically still there.
Go talk about your Falcons. I don't want to take over again.
No. You're fine. I look at the schedule, y'all. I mean, and everybody can kind of see it. Realistically, I see 10 wins at best.
Go through it.
I'm being generous as all get out. I'm trying to be optimistic. So I think week 1, we take it in a shootout because it's at home. We lose week 2. We take week 3. Week 4 is a loss. So you're 2-2 heading into Buffalo. Buffalo, I think Josh Allen is due for a bad year, but I don't know. He's just really good, man. So 2-3. San Francisco, I think, is going to be tough. You get back right with the Dolphins. You get back right with the Pates, the Pats.
Pates.
The words are hard.
Josh Pates.
Words are hard. Colts is that. The Panthers are that.
You go.
It's a 5.
6.
From Miami to the Saints is a win streak.
Yeah.
So a 5-game win streak. The Jets are going to get us. Seahawks, we got. Tampa Bay is going to get us. Arizona, we got. LA is going to get us. Saints will sweep. So
I think you can conceivably say 10 to 12 wins.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. San Francisco sending that football away.
That's going to be a little tough.
But you're right. I think you get those 5 straight, even in Germany.
Yeah, I think 10 wins, but this is tough. This is not a good draw. Like, LA is really a wild card for me that I didn't expect. Washington is another tricky game. Buffalo is another tricky game.
Because I could also see Washington taking a slight fall.
Yeah, same. I know they did some things in the offseason, but
I just see that
it's a year. That's a year people have to watch film on Jade.
Yeah, but I just think he still didn't know what he was doing. Like I don't know. I think Debo is awful, but Debo's gonna find it because he's embarrassed right now.
Yeah. Nice little bounce back year.
He's like, oh, I'm the problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got KJ Osborne there. They picked him up. Terry McLaurin, obviously Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey. They've got some pieces. They bring over Laramie Tunsil to shore up the offensive line.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz still there.
Also, best bounce back of all time after a horrendous draft night. Tunsil, what he's done since that gas mask.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Recovery of the century.
Bounce back strong.
He's all pro, like doing his thing.
Yeah. I think he's been 4-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
Nasty, dude. Don't let that gas mask ruin you.
Do not let that gas mask ruin you.
And he's going to a good team. He's going to at least have a stud quarterback for a long time. Man.
I don't know how their secondary is going to be. I'm looking at their secondary right now, and I don't love it.
Who, Atlanta's?
No, Washington.
Read it out to me.
They bring over Will Harris from New Orleans. Quan Martin, he was a second-round draft pick in 2023. Marshawn Lattimore, I think he's kind of on that downslope. Noah.
Do it.
Okay.
Igbignagni. No, Ignignabagi.
Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
They draft Trey Amos.
We apologize for our pronunciation.
Yeah, I apologize. I tried.
had no clue. I was like,
I couldn't help if I wanted to.
Percy Butler, former Raging Cajun. He's a second string, and like that's how you know it's bad. Mike Sanerstrill. I never even heard of that guy.
He went to Michigan and was so good. He was like a nickel slot guy.
So yeah, I'm a little weary about their secondary, and their linebackers are older and still a little bit undersized. Bobby Wagner's obviously
Bobby
a beast.
Wagner is 55.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
But Frankie Louvu's undersized. Like, I know they brought in Dietrich Wise from New England. They got Javon Kinlaw, but Kinlaw hadn't been playing as good.
Kinlaw was a dog.
I don't know. I'm a little sketchy on this defense.
Yeah.
From Dan Quinn.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Now that you mentioned it.
So I'm saying, like, maybe they take a little step back, CG. I think that's good.
I love this Atlanta team, though, man. Top to bottom. This is the most excited I've been about a team since, like, in the last decade.
So.
No playoffs since 2017, right?
Yep.
So draft not changed you big time then.
For sure. I saw that they're trying to win right now. Meaning, taking Jalen Walker, taking James Pierce, double dipping in the first round, and mortgaging off next year. That means if we suck, LA is going to reap the benefit.
Yeah, and also it gives you a much better. If you just got Jalen Walker, just Jalen,
Yeah.
I would have probably felt the exact same. But now that if Pierce kind of works out, like it's just a rotational guy, like a nasty rotational guy that can come in on third down, dude, what that does for you weeks 1, 2, 4, and 5 could change the game. Because like if Josh just has a bad game, it's like Sunday night, they're geared up and if you come off and you beat, let's say, because there's potential you could be 4-0.
For sure.
That's not a crazy 4-0. Like it's tough because it is the Vikings coaching staff. I don't know what KOC's magic is, but I just cannot now think that JJ is going to be bad. I don't know. I guess like if you could turn Sam Darnold into $100 million guy, you can do that with any of us. So why not JJ McCarthy?
One of us.
One of us. One of us.
We can do it. KOC, sign me up.
I hope he can't.
I know you.
I hope he can't.
That was a very
I hope
honest
JJ
assessment.
McCarthy is terrible.
You really need him to be.
I think now is the time for him to be terrible so they can go get another quarterback.
Do it.
Like, hey, we're good. We swung and we missed. But no, I like this team. I like defensively what they have on paper, and I love, of course, this offense led by my future Super Bowl hopeful, Michael Penix Jr.
Michael Penix Jr.
Love him.
I love the person.
I remember back in draft night a couple of years ago. I had to
Pissed.
talk you off that ledge.
Pissed.
Had to talk you off that ledge, big dog.
And then we have the best insurance policy in football with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Great backup.
He is staying.
Yeah. I'm
He get
glad he
paid
is.
a lot of money just to
Get
be
that
there.
arm right.
You
And if he
can't-
needs to come in, he comes in.
You can't trade that guy, right? There's
No
no way you
way.
can trade Kirk Cousins right now.
No way.
Hmm. What if somebody came around and was like, hey, we had an injury. We need somebody. I'll give you a third for Kirk.
Give me a fourth and an impact player.
What if they can't afford the impact player? If it's just a third.
I'd do it, but then I go sign like a real reputable backup, like somebody who's been there, got Sam Howell or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
UNC's finest.
Or Garner Minshew, like somebody I know who can just throw it up. Just give us a chance. Like our backup is Easton. What's his name?
Stick?
Yeah,
Stick.
like buddy.
Yeah, Chase knows about him.
Go to state. One thing I was thinking about too, I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
there's like 3 teams that I can see literally on your schedule that if something were to happen, God forbid, knock on all the wood. I don't want this to happen. I'm just saying, like, the Chargers are so win now that they could trade something. Like Kirk's gonna have some options.
Can I tell y'all the available backup quarterbacks that are on the market this very moment?
Yeah,
Please.
Obviously, we know Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz. I wouldn't mind Carson Wentz, possibly.
he's a head case.
Throw him
bro.
out there. Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think he loves the game of football for real.
CJ Beathard.
Honestly, solid.
Tyler Huntley.
Hey,
Hunt.
Snoop, get Pro
Snoop
Bowler.
Huntley.
Can win you a game.
Put some
Can
respect
win
on
you
him.
a game.
That's a Pro Bowler.
Man, you could resurrect the ghost of Desmond Ritter if you wanted to.
I'd rather poop in my hands and clap, man. They get Desmond Ritter back on my football team. I'll poop.
Did you have any hope for Desmond?
Bro, I saw him on a DoorDash commercial, and I said, brother, you better not ever have a bad game because I'm going to post this meme everywhere. And lo and behold, man, Desmond Ritter was egregiously bad at the worst times.
Yeah.
No way. Would not take him back.
Jeff Driscoll,
Was such a dog at Florida.
32 years old.
LA Tech, right? I want to say. He's been everywhere. Journeyman.
And then finally, Georgia's finest, Jake Fromm.
Whoa, forgot about that name.
Yeah. Most
Good old
recently
Rocky Top.
on Detroit.
I remember Jake Fromm sung. He never lost to Tennessee. He was in Neyland Stadium, and he was like, "Good old Rocky Top." He sung Rocky Top leaving, and it made me hate that guy. Jake Fromm always woke up to play Tennessee. So
It's too bad.
Did. There's a lot of guys that did. Really feels like a lot of people had their best games.
Carson Beck was awful until he played Tennessee. I'm telling you, it's a switch. Kirby Smart does not like the University of Tennessee.
No chance. What's worse is I felt like we, at one point in time, made Carson Beck like a first-round pick. Remember that game?
I do.
But we didn't. He's off to the U.
The U.
And yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, that is my assessment of the schedule. I think about 10 wins. I think you're going to see some great football being played, and hopefully key guys show up. Hopefully this defense puts it together, but I'm really looking for offense to just be high-powered. And really, I think this is going to be the Kyle Pitts year. And if it's not, he's not on the team next year. Simple.
I feel like I've been hearing that narrative for 3 years.
But he's also so young. Like, y'all got to realize, like, this man is going to be eligible to have at least 2 more max contracts.
I don't think he's going to get one.
I think it's him will pay him a max.
If he doesn't do shit, nobody's paying him anything.
Bro, he's going to get signed by, like,
not for a big contract. If he doesn't do anything again this year, if he has a very pedestrian year, he's not going to get big money.
There's going to be a team that is going to overpay like crazy next offseason. It's like the Patriots had all this cap space. Yeah, for sure. But they'll do short-term years. So they'll be like 2-year, $30 million deal. And just be like, yo, if you suck, you're out.
Yeah. I know how those.
Like he and McBride out there in Arizona. That seems like a good fit. Or no. What are we talking about? You might be playing him November 30th. The Jets. He seems like a great Jets guy.
You know who his best friend is?
Who's that?
Justin Fields. He just left a trip to Dubai with Justin Fields.
Dubai's hot right now.
Yeah, Dubai is. I've seen a lot of people in Dubai lately.
If I was to be an Instagram influencer, I'd move to Dubai. That's what it looks like. Everybody does.
It's the move.
You got to be rich and hot. I'd like to be both of those.
You're hot.
We're okay for a dad.
You got half.
Yeah. Need the rich part.
Yeah.
I mean, like really rich, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of crazy.
Stacks.
Yeah. We lost middle cam, by the way, so we're just flipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Coolio. All right. So speaking of the NFL schedule, Chase, you posted in the group chat a very intriguing question. Which would you prefer to watch for the NFL this year? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Get those pulled up.
Yeah, see if you can pull those up. I'll read them off to you, and maybe hopefully the listeners can and the watchers can see it, and we can share it on the screen. But so let's start with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving this year, we got the Packers at the Lions. Last time we saw that, I was sitting on your couch and rejoicing before we went to our first of 2 Thanksgiving dinners. And then Kansas City at Dallas. Should be a funner matchup this time around. There's already a line out for that game. That's crazy.
What's the line?
KC -5.5 over under 47.5.
Okay.
And then the game, the night game is Cincinnati at Baltimore. Then you do have a Black Friday game, Chicago at Philadelphia as well. So they get a little extra game in there. And then for the Christmas games, as Chase is continuing to find these things.
I'm really just trying to find my arrow. It's lost.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. And then on Christmas, we've got Dallas at Washington, Detroit at Minnesota, and then Denver at Kansas City. Again, divisional game. Should be intriguing. There's lines out for those two already. Jeez.
Vegas does not mess around.
No.
You guys notice something when you're looking at these games? What's one thing that's really glaring to you guys?
Dallas and Detroit playing both of them?
No. But yeah, but no. What do you guys think I'm looking at? Notice that for what I'm trying to get at is streaming, Fox, CBS, and NBC, right?
Yep.
And then you look for Christmas,
Netflix,
Netflix Prime. Like times are changing,
Fat
bro.
sacks, dude.
Yeah.
$100 million for those, dude. And you're gonna make it. I guess.
So which slate would y'all take? Which one would you rather watch?
Oh man,
I know where I would go.
Here's Thanksgiving is what I got pulled up right here.
Okay, so I would actually take Thanksgiving over Christmas in terms of the slate. I'm gonna take the divisional game between the Packers and the Lions. Always a battle. Two of the top teams in that division. Kansas City, obviously, with Mahomes and Trav and T Swift, and then obviously Dallas with Dak hopefully healthy, and then Pickens and CD and all the things they have going there. Obviously, Dallas is a huge brand, and then the night game is, as long as both quarterbacks stay healthy, is fantastic between Cincinnati and Baltimore. They're always fun. They always put up points. There's always fireworks that goes on between these two. It's just defense is optional in that game.
Yeah, most definitely.
So that's why I would take Thanksgiving over Christmas.
Going back to Thanksgiving real quick. Man, I kind of wished they flip-flop dates because I don't think this year we're getting the Vikings. Won't I think it'll be Packers and Detroit fighting for the division that week. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been probably for the North. King of the North. Kansas City, Dallas. Like that's the thing about the Dallas Cowboys Commanders game is that actually might be for the division that week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Philly's going to have something to say about that.
That's true. That's true. I keep forgetting Philly's up there.
They're
battling
did they
for
win
second.
the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they did.
They did just win
They
the
sure
Super
did. That's true.
Saquon.
So battling for second place. Battling for a playoff spot, I guess. God, I don't think Minnesota's going to be that this year. I think they'll take a fall off. They'll still, it'll still be impressive what we'll see from KOC to find another quarterback that's really good, and you're going to have Jettas being Jettas.
But to win 14 games and just fall off a cliff, that's crazy. Like the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the same team. Regular season juggernauts just bust off and just got in the playoffs and just.
Well, they swept away Miami at least. At least they could take care of one round. Minnesota can't get out the first round.
Yeah.
Unless they're playing the Saints and need a miracle.
Some additional help.
Yikes. Too soon? Sorry, Jamarius.
Yeah, it's all good.
Not sorry.
It's not even close to me on this, bro. I think Thanksgiving is wiping the floor with Christmas. And honestly, I think the NFL is so selfish for doing this, for making us as sports fans. Like the NBA on Christmas is awesome, bro. I used to love it.
Yeah.
So.
All day.
All right. I'm going to.
What's this right here, CJ?
This is strength of schedule.
Ooh. Love a good strength of schedule.
This is. So the Giants will be the hardest strength schedule. Get this pulled up. Give me a second. Yahoo Sports.
That's tough for the freaking Giants. Golly Moses. Dayball's going to be out of a job.
Dayball really has to hope Jackson Dart is this year's Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Boy, does he.
Oh.
You're not going to see Jackson Dart, bro.
Yeah, you're going to see Russ, right?
Absolutely.
You see that boy? You see that boy showed up with game pants on the other day?
That guy's such a head ass.
I think I'm tired of seeing Russ.
I am too, but they'll probably go with a veteran guy at least to start. At least to start.
It was not his fault what happened in Pittsburgh, man.
If they win 6 games, does Dave all keep his job and Russ plays the whole season?
If what?
If the Giants win 6 games with the air quotes toughest strength of schedule, does Dave Ball keep his job?
No, I don't think so.
How many wins does he have to get?
7. Probably 8, I would say. Got to show at least some progress.
I will say you have now officially a top 5 receiver. Like Malik Neighbors is putting somebody out of the top 5 conversation this year. I don't know who, but Malik Neighbors is absolutely a generational talent. It's done. And you have the best defensive line in football.
Oh.
They're going to have to win right now.
They have to win ASAP. Whew, I just don't know if you can do it. I just don't know how you do it with that team. I mean, Neighbors is awesome. Awesome. Dart just has to win it and be great. Like, that's the thing, is like you need your guy to like turn into a stud and be undeniable and be like, sorry, Russ, like, you're just not as good as Jackson Dart. We need you to be awesome. And then he winds up being awesome. That's the only way I think Dayball keeps his job. Because you ain't getting 7 wins with this squad and Russ being your starting quarterback. Sorry, Giants.
Well, you got Jameis there too.
The greatest leader in all the sports.
Jameis is not going to be on that roster week 1.
Why not?
I think somebody's going to trade for him. I think the New Orleans Saints are going to trade for him.
I don't know. I think they're in full tank mode. They had him.
They had him.
Yeah.
They had the Jameis experience.
Might as well let Taysom Hill be your quarterback at this point.
If he's playing the Atlanta Falcons, that's the next Peyton Manning. Taysom Hill hates the city of Atlanta.
5 total touchdowns.
It's crazy.
500 all-purpose yards.
The guy hates Atlanta more than life itself.
It's incredible. Dude.
It truly is.
I'm sorry, Miggy. TriStar actually asked us a question. Do we think there are more Titans or Falcons fans in Chattanooga?
I'm going to say Titans fans.
Chattanooga is a weird professional sports town. The only thing that's really agreed upon is collegiately like the Vols, but you still got like this pocket that's like Alabama and UGA.
Yeah.
Like there's no clear, obviously the Mocs, Power C, go Mocs. But give me the Titans, but it's closer than what people think.
Yeah, I think a lot of the older crowd leans Falcons actually. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like my Uncle G, funny enough, huge Falcons fan, all that crew out Noodle Wall. Like they're all Falcons fans.
The Falcons has just been so bad though. Like since the Super Bowl, like for you to still be a Falcons fan right now shows that you would stick by your partner who sucks.
Brother, have you seen what's going on in Nashville?
That's true. But they've had more recent success than the Falcons.
Yeah, for sure.
They've been a number 1 seed. They've made it to the AFC Championship game.
Golly, bummer, we so boring.
Now you are.
We were boring. We were winning, but we were still boring.
Even with Henry carrying you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he would have 100 yards, but we would score under 30 all the time, dude.
Thanks, Todd Downing.
Like we just had such a good defense. We could run the ball. It was just like a low possession thing.
Yeah.
I miss Fraves because he could win us ball games and he was a great coach. Damn, dude.
Boring ball.
Boring ball. And he would make it boring because he knew, he was like, we don't have the guys to score.
When you had A.J. Brown, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, because you would get like one huge play. Yeah. Like it would. And what's funny is like, if it wasn't for him being so talented, I'd like to go back and watch how many of them were like 9-yard in routes and him just taking off at unbelievable speed.
Yeah.
Because most people, that's a 9-yard gain, getting tackled, 1 yard short. Whenever he left, we had a lot of those. 1 yard short of the first down, and here comes our punters. Here we go. Stonehouse, best punter in the league for a year.
Yeah, didn't they let him go?
Sure did.
Dang. Best offensive weapon.
Field position, baby. Can't even win that anymore. Anyways. So, yeah, toughest strength of schedule. New York Giants, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles.
Did we talk about this?
Wow.
God, the NFC North is just
smoked
this year.
It's a lot.
It's a tough schedule for everybody.
My vision is terrible.
I thought we had a tough schedule.
Not according to the winning
They were just that
percentage from
bad.
last year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Teams change, though, you know?
Things do change.
Teams change. Teams change. You guys are all right, Biggie. Middle of the road.
Yeah, middle of the pack. Nothing
Low-
too crazy.
Lower middle class, if you will. I've lived in that realm for first while of my life. Yeah. God, the NFC North's just so good that they're just putting everybody in that little pocket. And the East, obviously. All right. See it. I know we're trying to get out of here under an hour. We're gonna do it.
Never happens.
We have 6 minutes. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. We're going away from the NFL. What happens to Steph Curry's career now?
Are you asking what I would do if I was Steph, or what he's gonna do?
What is Steph gonna do from here to the end of his career?
To me, I think he's going to flirt with the idea of playing with Giannis, or he's gonna try and get a major name to Golden State, whether it be LeBron, which LeBron to me would ruin his legacy if he did that. Like, to me, like, don't do that.
Like KD did.
Yeah, but like KD, he made it his personality. Like LeBron, I look at in a different light. If I'm Steph, I'm gonna go and be like, hey, listen, I want you to trade me to the Charlotte Hornets. And I want to go play in Charlotte. Thank you so much for everything. I'll be back. Y'all hit a reset and let Charlotte sell out some tickets. So you get LaMelo, you get all those pieces. And I think Steph just goes and just lights it up night in and night out.
Isn't his dad the broadcaster there too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He does it for a season. He brings in the new, the color waves for Under Armour. He's just trying to get a bag before he like leaves basketball. That's what I would do. What about you? You guys?
I think he stays for the rest of his career in Golden State. I think that's what he ends up doing. He tries. Obviously, they've got Jimmy there. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what his contract looks like at this very moment.
Just signed a 2-year, $110 million deal.
Okay, so he's there for the next couple of years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you try to get Giannis, or you try to get somebody to Golden State for one more push, because they've got some decent young talent that showed themselves when they had opportunities in the postseason. Pajemski was all right.
Dude is hooping.
Kaminga was hooping a little bit too.
Yeah.
Hey, he got to get
Bald
out of there.
Kaminga. It's awesome. Yeah, he ball, brother.
Hey, it's my bald anniversary today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You've been bald for an entire year?
I've been bald for an entire year.
Dang.
Claps one time, baby.
Wow, that was fast. Time flies, bro.
Time flies. Happy bald anniversary. And if
Baldiversary.
you're a male or female out there struggling with trying to decide if you want to shave your head, do it. You'll love it.
Pop that top there. Look at that thing. Look at that.
I do miss
Smooth.
your hair though.
I miss
your
it, but
dreadlocks.
like the maintenance, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, you were like a totally different person.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you walked in with your hair, which I don't know, there's not many weeks that I go without seeing you.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be a while. I'd have to go on a mission trip or something.
Yeah.
That would be very strange to see with
It is strange. Like, I thought about it the other day. Like, even if I like let it like grow, like it feels stubble. Like, I'm like, oh wow, like I can tell why I went bald. Like, I naturally went bald.
Yeah. It's that time.
What would you do, Chase? What are you
Man,
thinking?
if you're Steph, I think the thing that made me think about it was people were like, Giannis is not going to be the guy that just dwindles away, Dirk Nowitzki style, on the bench in Dallas. I think I could see Steph kind of doing something similar to that in Golden State. He's just so competitive right now. They've got to get one more piece. Maybe, I think you're right, G. Maybe they had enough from Kaminga and Pajemski that you could package those two together. Because Kaminga doesn't want to be there. I don't think they think Kaminga is going to be the next great player. Like, yeah, he was getting 30 pieces this week, but he ain't good enough to get you to the next level.
Yeah.
So if you can package something together for Giannis and just, I guess you leverage your whole future. I don't know who else they can get. I mean, there's always a trade that we don't know about, but it's one push, or just go ahead and find your way to Charlotte and, like you said, just sell out tickets and just have a good time. But I think Steph's too good to be non-competitive.
I think you have to look at legacy too. Like, does y'all's opinion change on Steph Curry if he wins another ring?
No, I think his legacy is pretty cemented.
It's cemented.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go. Like,
But I think there's something to be said about wanting in playing for one team and one franchise in one city your entire career. And I feel like Steph wants to be that guy. I think he's pretty secure in that.
Yeah. I hear you.
Do you want to hear who we've got free agent wise coming up in 2026?
Let's hear it, man.
Lillard.
We missed on the hour.
LeBron. Beal.
Gosh.
Kevin Durant. Ice Trey. Luka Doncic. Zach LaVine. Fred VanVleet. Kyrie. Harden. DeAndre Ayton. De'Aaron Fox. CJ McCollum. Chris Middleton. Kristaps. Julius Randle. Hartenstein. Wiggins. Triple J. Tobias Harris. Draymond. Anthony Simons. John Collins. Terry Rozier. Mikal Bridges. KCP. Aaron Gordon. Vucevic. Like, there is a bunch of names out there
This is
to be had.
studded. And this is for this upcoming free agency?
2026.
You would have to have at least a couple of those. Like, man, for them to get out of the West, good pieces. You have to keep Butler, keep Draymond. I mean, for them, they'd have to get like Hartenstein. They'd have to get Bridges. Like, you need two really good pieces to get out of the West right now. Plus, you'd have to find another way to get it. I don't know. I don't know if they can afford that, but
even the Clippers are constructed real well with those two pillars that you just talked about, bro. And like, it's still not enough. Like, I don't know what's up with the West right now. I don't know how you construct a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like, if I'm a star, bro, I'm headed out east. You know who the best player is in the Eastern Conference?
Jalen Brunson.
If Giannis is to go. You say Jalen Brunson? What do you say?
That's just selfishly.
Yeah. It's, well, not next year, I guess, right now. But
If we're being
I would say Tatum, but
Yeah.
not next year, yeah.
yeah, but right now.
With Tatum's injury, of course, included. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it
probably-
far fetched to say Brunson?
I would say right
Joel's
now.
not healthy.
When I tell you it is either Brunson
Maxey,
or it's
Donovan Mitchell,
Bankero, man.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'm not a Donovan Mitchell guy. That's just me, though. Like, I feel like what we saw from Donovan Mitchell, that is Donovan Mitchell. He is the best two option in the world.
Man, I think he's just he'll never be a two, but he'll always be like great stats. But you just can't win with small guys
Yeah.
unless you have a force of big wings like freaking Knicks do right now. Like when you have Anunoby, Bridges,
Suffocating.
and now what? I mean, like, Cat's been pretty good defensively, but really it's been Mitch Robb. Oh. I mean, they construct, like, I did not think, like, they didn't play well together at times this year. They obviously had a bad record against good teams, but what they've done in the playoffs is so perfect because Mitch Robb and Cat make every rebound impossible for the Celtics, it feels like. I'm like, I just remember playing like big teams and just thinking, I'm somebody that hustles for every rebound and they tip out. But I'm like, remember just playing like really tall teams and just being like, dude, I just can't get there. And it's exhausting.
It is.
And it's just so tiring. And I'm like, I don't care if you're stronger than that guy. I don't care if you're faster. And honestly, sometimes anticipation might be a little bit better. Length's a problem, dude. Can't teach height.
Cannot.
Can't teach height. And especially with those guys having the awareness they do, man, every defensive rebound's like 2 or 3 tips for the Celtics. Yes, they did a good job. And whenever you're shooting 50%, you don't have to get that many rebounds.
Yeah.
So good for them. But up until then, it's been a problem. So those guys are just a perfect fit for the playoffs right now. And Brunson is
Got to finish the job.
Got to finish the job,
finish the
dude. That there's a lot of people got a little ahead of themselves real quick. But
Yeah, they did.
Last thing, do you want to make an apology for Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, I apologize. He heard the pod. He liked and subscribed on all platforms.
TikTok?
I'll apologize.
He saw it on TikTok.
He saw it. If you didn't follow us, because I had a huge Jaylen Brown take, and he shut me up. He absolutely went off.
So did Luke Cornett, and so did Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton-
Somehow, Jalen Brunson got 5 fouls in 9 minutes
Peyton Pritchard, man, when I tell you,
last night. That was crazy.
he is a dog. Double. That is one of my favorite little, wagers to place. Because he always flirts with either going for 25. Peyton Pritchard will end with 22 points. He loves doing that. Or he'll end with like
2 points.
10 points and 7 assists. He's such a good piece. He's like a better TJ McConnell.
Both just pesky little players.
Oh, yeah.
These little white boys.
Gotta love those guys.
He's from
Is
Oregon.
there, I just want to ask this one question because I heard this on the radio the other day, and I wanted to just throw it at you guys real quick. We're talking about how weak the East is. Is there any possible way that you could see LeBron going back to Cleveland? It's like, I want to get out of the East or the West.
No, but I could see him going back home. I could see him retiring in Miami.
Nah.
No way.
I think Miami's out.
No way.
I think he's going. The Cleveland thing would be smart.
I'm coming home.
One more ring.
Coming home.
Or at least one more finals appearance.
Tell the world I'm
What's
coming.
Is it worse for LeBron to go to the finals and lose again?
Is it worse? What?
For LeBron to go to the finals and lose again?
No.
No, it's not. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't want to see Braun retire. Like, selfishly.
I don't either. He's just such a marvel to watch.
Yeah, he truly is a superhero. Like, he's a superhero for grown men like us.
He is. He really is.
It
Just what he's
doesn't-
doing is incredible.
But I think it's time. Like, I don't want him to tarnish his legacy.
You think he's tarnishing his legacy right now?
I do.
Really?
Because if
He's playing so well. He's
Yeah.
playing at such a high level.
he is great. No doubt. LeBron James is the best to ever play basketball.
It's like this.
But that's why I don't want him to, like, I don't want him to go team up with Steph. I don't want him to go,
See, I think now is the time where he could go team up with Steph. Like, they're older. It's like the old heads getting together.
Yeah.
One last run. Jimmy
The
Butler.
banana boat
Yeah.
from back in the day.
Melo unretires and goes and leaves his podcast.
Chris Paul takes a 1-year deal, and just make Golden State the retirement home.
Hoodie Melo comes back this summer.
Hoodie Melo.
Man, Melo was done so wrongly by the NBA. Melo was not the problem.
Melo should have won Rookie of the Year.
Could he play defense? No. But
He
Melo
was
could still,
elevation,
he could
yeah.
give you 15 right now on any bench.
Yeah.
Like right now.
How much did he want to come off the bench, though?
Bruh,
Zero.
0.
That's the problem.
No.
Not as bad as the NBA did Stephon Marbury. Man had to leave the country to go be good at basketball
Yeah.
or to be appreciated for his basketball prowess.
To be appreciated.
There's somebody who used to play for the Miami Heat recently, that was a Euro the Euro MVP?
Oh, Cole went to.
Is it not Kendrick Nunn?
No, was it
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Was it not Norris Cole?
No.
Kendrick Nunn sounds right.
Is it Kendrick Nunn? I feel like it's somebody who was in Miami that did decent, and it was a Euro basketball league. But it's crazy. I just was mentioning that because, like, when it comes to going overseas to find your talent,
Mm-hmm.
like, it shouldn't take all that.
No, it shouldn't. I'm glad Stephon Marbury had that appreciation because he was a really good NBA player. It just sucks. Everybody kind of,
It was
for
Kendrick
lack of a
Nunn.
better term,
Man,
shit on him.
that pull and that brain,
Dang,
Nice
dog.
job.
that's something else.
Nice job.
Thank you, brother.
Here's to you, Stephon Marbury.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, it's been fun. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And we will be back with you on Monday for another pod. Do we have anything scheduled for our Monday show? I haven't looked at the content calendar in a minute, but
I don't think so right now.
okay. Well, we'll figure it out over the weekend. we're getting a chance to maybe have some friend time this weekend. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be sick.
I would love to
That
have a
would be
little friend
great.
time this
Let's
weekend.
have some friend time.
If you see us out and about in downtown Chattanooga somewhere, say hello. Your favorite Chatted Up crew. That's Chase Green. That's Malcolm Harris. For Joseph Guthrie and Garrett Tolley, who cannot be with us, I am Greg Larnard. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Follow us on all social media platforms as well, wherever you get your podcasts at Chatted Up Sports. Peace and love. We out.